Tranio, since for the great desire I had to see fair Padua, nursery of arts, I am arrived for fruitful Lombardy. And by my father's love and leave am armed with his goodwill and thy good company. Ah, my trusty servant, well approved in all. Here let us breathe and haply institute a course of learning and ingenious studies.
Mi perdonato, gentle master mine. I am in all affected as yourself. Glad that you thus continue your resolve to suck the sweets of sweet philosophy. Only, good master, let's be no stoics nor no stocks, I pray. No profit grows where is no pleasure ta'en. In brief, sir, study what you most affect.
Gramercies, Tranio. Well dost thou advise. But stay a while. What company is this?
Master, some show to welcome us to town.
Gentlemen, importune me no farther, for how I am firmly resolved, you know, that is, not bestow my youngest daughter before I have a husband for the elder. If either of you both love Caterina, because I know you well and love you well, leave shall you have to court her at your pleasure.
To cart her, rather. She's too rough for me. There, Hortensio, will you any wife?
I pray you, sir, is it your will to make a stale of me amongst these mates?
Mates maid? How mean you that? No mates for you, unless you were of gentler, milder mold.
In faith, sir, you shall never need to fear. I wis it not halfway to her heart, but if it were, doubt not her care should be to comb your noodle with a three-legged stool and paint your face and use you like a fool.
From all such devils, good Lord deliver us.
Oh, and me too, good Lord.
Hush, master. Here's some good pastime toward. That wench is stark mad or the wonderful froward.
Oh, but in the other's silence do I see maid's mild behavior and sobriety. Oh, peace, Tranio.
Well said, master. Mum, and gaze your fill.
Gentlemen, that I may soon make good what I have said, Bianca, get you in. And let it not displease thee, good Bianca, for I will love thee ne'ertheless, my girl.
Oh, pretty Pete. It is best put a finger in the eye, and she knew why.
Sister, content you in my discontent. Sir, to your pleasure, humbly I subscribe.
Hark, Tranio, thou mayst hear Minerva speak.
Signor Baptista, sorry am I that our goodwill affects Bianca's grief.
Oh, why will you mew her up, Signor Baptista, for this fiend of hell?
Gentlemen, content ye, I am resolved. Go in, Bianca. And for I know she taketh most delight in music, instruments, and poetry, schoolmasters will I keep within my house, fit to instruct her youth. If you, Hortensio, or Signor Gremio, you know any such, prefer them hither. And so farewell. Caterina, you may stay, for I have more to commune with Bianca.
Why, and I trust I may go too, may I not? What shall I be appointed hours, as though belike I knew not what to take and what to leave, huh?
You may go to the devil's dam. Your gifts are so good, his none will hold you. Hortensio, our cake's dough on both sides.
Signor Gremio, but a word I pray. It toucheth us both to labor and effect one thing specially.
Well, what's that, I pray?
Nary, sir, to get a husband for her sister.
A husband? A devil.
I say a husband.
Oh, I say a devil. Thinkest thou, Hortensio, though her father be very rich, any man is so very a fool to be married to hell?
Why? Man, there be good fellows in the world, and a man could light on them. We'll take her with all her faults and money enough. How say you, Signor Gremio?
No, I am agreed, and would I had given him the best horse in Padua to begin his wooing, you know, that would thoroughly woo her and wed her and bed her, and rid the house of her. Come on.
I pray, sir, tell me, is it possible that love should of a sudden take such hold?
Oh, Tranio, till I found it to be true, I never thought it possible or likely. But see, while idly I stood looking on, I found the effect of love in idleness. Counsel me, Tranio, for I know thou canst.
Master, you looked so longly on the maid, perhaps you marked not what's the pith of all.
Oh yes, I saw sweet beauty in her face.
Mark you no more? Marked you not how her sister began to scold and raise up such a storm that mortal ears might hardly endure the din?
Tranio, I saw her core lips to move, and with her breath she did perfume the air.
Nay, then, 'tis time to stir him from his trance. I pray, awake, sir! Thus it stands, her eldest sister is so cursed and shrewd, that till the father read his hands of her, master, your love must live a maid at home.
Ah, but art thou not advised? He took some care to get some cunning schoolmasters to instruct her.
Aye, marry am I, sir. And now 'tis plotted. You will be schoolmaster.
It is. But may it be done?
Not possible. For who shall bear your parts and be in Padua here Vincentio's son?
Content thee, for I have it full. We have not yet been seen in any house. Thou shalt be master, Tranio, in my stead. Keep house and port and servants, all as I should. Tranio, at once, uncase thee and take my colored cloak.
In brief, sir, sith it your pleasure is, I am tied to be obedient, for so your father charged me at our parting. Be serviceable to my son, quoth he, although I think 'twas in another sense. I am content to be Lucentio, because so well I love Lucentio.
Oh, Tranio, be so, because Lucentio loves. And let me be a slave to achieve that maid whose sudden sight hath thralled my wounded eye.
Verona, for a while I take my leave to see my friends in Padua, but of all my best beloved and approved friend Hortensio. And I trow this is his house. Here, Sirrah Grumio, knock, I say.
Knock, sir. Whom should I knock? Is there man has rebuked your worship?
Villain, I say, knock me here soundly.
Knock you here, sir? Why, sir? What am I, sir, that I should knock you here, sir?
Will it not be? Faith, Sirrah, and you'll not knock, I'll ring it. I'll try how you can, so far, and sing it.
Oh, help, masters! My master is mad.
Now, knock when I bid you, Sirrah villain.
How now? What's the matter? My old friend Grumio and my good friend Petruchio. How do you all at Verona?
Signor Hortensio, come you to part the fray.
Arise, Grumio, rise. We will compound this quarrel.
Oh, nay, 'tis no matter, sir. If this not be a lawful case for me to leave his service, look you, sir, he bid me knock him and rap him soundly, sir.
A senseless villain. Good Hortensio, I bade the rascal knock upon your gate and could not get him for my heart to do it.
Knock at the gate? Oh, heavens! Spec you not these words plain, sir. Knock me here, rap me here, knock me well, and knock me soundly, and come you now with knocking at the gate.
Sirrah, be gone or talk not, I advise you.
Petruchio, patience. I am Grumio's pledge. And tell me now, sweet friend, what happy gale blows you to Padua here from old Verona?
Such wind as scatters young men through the world to seek their fortunes farther than at home, where small experience grows. But in a few, Signor Hortensio, thus it stands with me. Antonio, my father, is deceased, and I have thrust myself into this maze, happily to wive and thrive as best I may. Crowns in my purse I have, and goods at home, and so am come abroad to see the world.
Petruchio, shall I then come roundly to thee, and wish thee a shrewd, ill-favored wife? Thou'lt thank me too little for my counsel, and yet I'll promise thee she shall be rich, and very rich. But thou art too much my friend, and I will not wish her on thee.
Signor Hortensio, twixt such friends as we, few words suffice, and therefore, if thou know one rich enough to be Petruchio's wife, as wealth is burden of my wooing dance, be she as Sibyl and as cursed and shrewd as Socrates' Xanthopy, or, a worse, she moves me not, or not removes at least affection's edge in me. Were she as rough as are the swelling Adriatic seas, I come to wive it wealthily in Padua. If wealthily, then happily in Padua.
Nay, look you, sir, he tells you flatly what his mind is. Why, give him gold enough to marry him to an old trout with ne'er a tooth in her head.
I can, Petruchio, help thee to a wife with wealth enough and young and beauteous. Her only fault is that, she is intolerably cursed, and shrewd and forward so beyond all measure that, were my state far worser than it is, I would not wed her for a mine of gold.
Hortensio, peace. Thou knowest not gold's effect. Tell me her father's name, and 'tis enough, for I will board her, though she chide as loud as thunder when the clouds in autumn crack.
Her father is Baptista Minola, an affordable and courteous gentleman. Her name is Caterina Minola, renowned in Padua for her scolding tongue.
I know her father, though I know not her, and he knew my deceased father well. I will not sleep, Hortensio, till I see her.
Tarry, Petruchio, I must go with thee, for in Baptista keep my treasure is his youngest daughter, beautiful Bianca. Now shall my friend Petruchio do me grace and offer me in disguised and sober robes to old Baptista as a schoolmaster well seen in music to instruct Bianca.
Master, look about you. Who goes there, huh?
Peace, Grumio. It is the rival of my love. Petruchio, stand by a while.
A proper stripling and an amorous.
Oh, very well. I'll have them very fairly bound. All books of love. See that at any hand, and see you read no other lectures to her.
Whate'er I read to her, I'll plead for you as for my patron. Stand you so assured. Yea, and perhaps with more successful words than you, unless you were a scholar, sir.
Oh, this learning, what a thing it is.
Oh, this woodcock, what an ass it is.
Peace, Sirrah.
Grumio, mum, God save you, Signor Gremio.
Well, and you are well met, Signor Hortensio. Know you whither I am going? To Baptista Minola. And by good fortune, I have lighted well on this young man, well read in poetry and other books. Good ones, I warrant ye.
Here is a gentleman whom by chance I met, will undertake to woo cursed Caterina. Yea, and to marry her if her dowry please.
Well, so said, so done is well. Hortensio, have you told him all her faults?
I know she is an irksome, brawling scold. If that be all, masters, I hear no harm.
No, sayest me so, friend. What countryman?
Born in Verona, old Antonio's son. My father dead, my fortune lives for me, and I do hope good days and long to see.
But will you woo this wildcat?
Oh, will I live?
Oh, will he woo her? Aye, or I'll hang her.
Why came I hither but to that intent? Think you a little din can daunt mine ears? Have I not, in my time heard lions roar? Have I not heard the sea, puffed up with winds, rage like an angry boar, chafed with sweat? Have I not heard great ordnance in the field, and heaven's artillery thunder in the skies? Have I not in pitched battle heard loud larums, neighing steeds, and trumpets clang? And do you tell me of a woman's tongue that gives not half so great a blow to hear as will a chestnut in a farmer's fire? Tush, tush, fear boys with bugs.
For he fears none.
Hortensio, hark, this gentleman is happily arrived. My mind presumes for his own good and ours.
I promised we would be contributors and bear his charging of wooing whatsoe'er.
And so we will, provided that he win her.
I would I were assured of a good dinner.
Gentlemen, God save you, which is the readiest way to the house of Signor Baptista Minola, he that has the 2 fair daughters?
Sir, you are a suitor to the maid you talk of, yea or no?
And if I be, sir, is it any offense?
Well, no, if without more words you will get you hence.
Softly, my masters, hear me with patience. Baptista is a noble gentleman, and were his daughter fairer than she is, she may more suitors have, and me for one. Fair Lida's daughter had 1,000 wooers. Then well, one more may fair Bianca have.
Sir, did you yet ever see Baptista's daughter?
No, sir, but here I do that he hath 2. The one as famous for a scolding tongue, as is the other for beauteous modesty.
Sir, the first's for me. Let her go by.
Oh, yea, leave that labor to great Hercules.
Sir, since you profess to be a suitor, you must, as we do, gratify this gentleman, to whom we all rest generally beholding.
Sir, I shall not be slack. Please ye, we may contrive this afternoon, and quaff carouses to our mistress' health, and do as adversaries do in law, strive mightily, but eat and drink as friends.
Oh, excellent motion.
The motion's good indeed, and be it so. Petruchio, I shall be your benvenuto.
Good sister, wrong me not, nor wrong yourself, to make a bondmaid and a slave of me. That I disdain. But for these other gods, unbind my hands. I'll pull them off myself, or what you will command me will I do, so well I know my duty to my elders.
Of all thy suitors, here I charge thee, tell 'em whom thou lovest best. See thou dissemble not.
Believe me, sister, of all the men alive, I never yet beheld that special face, which I could fancy more than any other.
Minion, thou liest. Is it not Hortensio?
If you affect him, sister, here I swear, I plead for you myself, but you shall have him.
Oh, then belike you fancy riches more. You will have Gremio to keep you fair.
Is it for him you do envy me so? Nay, then you jest. And now I well perceive, you have but jested with me all this while. I prithee, sister Kate, untie my hands.
If that be jest, then all the rest was so.
Why, how now, dame? Whence grows this insolence? Bianca, stand aside. Poor girl, she weeps. Go ply thy needle, meddle not with her for shame, thou helding of a devilish spirit. Why dost thou wrong her that did ne'er wrong thee? When did she cross thee with a bitter word?
Her silence flouts me, and I'll be revenged.
What, in my sight? Bianca, get thee in.
Will you not suffer me? Nay, and now I see she is your treasure. She must have a husband, and I must dance barefooted on her wedding day. And for your love to lead apes in hell? Talk not to me. I will go sit and weep till I can find occasion of my revenge.
Was ever gentleman thus grieved as I? But who comes here?
Good morrow, neighbor Baptista.
Good morrow, neighbor Gremio. God save you, gentlemen.
And you, good sir. Pray, have you not a daughter called Katerina, fair and virtuous?
I have a daughter, sir, named Katerina.
I am a gentleman of Verona, sir, that hearing of her beauty and her wit, her affability and bashful modesty, her wondrous qualities and mild behavior, am bold to show myself a forward guest within your house, to make mine eye the witness of that report which I so oft have heard. And for an entrance to my entertainment, I do present you with a man of mine, cunning in music and the mathematics. His name is Licio, born in Mantua.
You're welcome, sir, and he, for your good sake. But for my daughter Katerina, this I know, she is not for your turn, the more my grief.
I see you do not mean to part with her, or else you like not of my company.
Mistake me not, I speak but as I find. Whence are you, sir? What may I call your name?
Petruchio is my name, Antonio's son, a man well known throughout all Italy.
I know him well. You are welcome for his sake.
Saving your tale, Petruchio, I pray, let us the poor petitioner speak too.
Oh, pardon me, Signor Gremio, I would fain be doing.
I doubt it not, sir, but you will curse your wooing. Neighbor, to express the like kindness, I freely give unto you this young scholar, cunning in Greek and Latin and other languages. His name is Cambio. Pray accept his service.
1,000 thanks, Signor Gremio. Welcome, good Cambio. But, gentle sir, methinks you walk like a stranger. May I be so bold to know the cause of your coming?
Pardon me, sir, the boldness is mine own. That, being a stranger in this city here, do make myself a suitor to your daughter, unto Bianca, fair and virtuous. And toward the education of your daughters, I here bestow these Greek and Latin books.
Lucentio is your name? Of whence, I pray?
Of Pisa, sir, son to Vincentio.
I know him well. You are very welcome, sir. You shall go see your pupils presently. We will walk a little in the orchard, and then to dinner.
Signor Baptista, my business asketh haste, and every day I cannot come to woo. You knew my father well, and in him me, left solely heir to all his lands and goods, which I have bettered rather than decreased. Then tell me, if I get your daughter's love, what dowry shall I have with her to wife?
After my death, the 1/2 of my lands, and in possession 20,000 crowns.
Let specialties be therefore drawn between us, that covenants may be kept on either hand.
Aye, when the special thing is well obtained, that is, her love, for that is all in all.
Why, that is nothing. For I tell you, Father, I am as peremptory as she is proud-minded. And where two raging fires meet together, they do consume the thing that feeds their fury. Though little fire grows great with little wind, yet extreme gusts will blow out fire and all. So I to her, and so she yields to me, for I am rough and woo not like a babe.
Well, may'st thou woo, and happy be thy speed. Be thou armed for some unhappy words. How now, my friend? Why dost thou look so pale?
For fear, I promise you, if I look pale.
What, will my daughter prove to be a good musician?
I think she'll sooner prove a soldier. Iron may hold her, but never lutes.
Why, then thou canst not break her to the lute?
I know, for she hath broke the lute unto me. I did but tell her she mistook her frets. Frets you call these, quoth she. I'll fume with them. And with that she struck me on the head, and through the instrument my pate made way.
Now by the world, it is a lusty wench. I love her 10 times more than e'er I did. Oh, how I long to have some chat with her.
Well, go with me and be not discomfited. Proceed in practice with my youngest daughter. Signor Petruchio, will you go with us, or shall I send my daughter Kate to you?
I pray you do. I will attend her here. And woo her with some spirit when she comes. Say that she rail, why then I'll tell her plain, she sings as sweetly as a nightingale. Say she be mute, and will not speak a word, then I'll commend her volubility. And say she uttereth piercing eloquence, if she do bid me pack, I'll give her thanks, as though she bid me stay by her a week. If she deny to wed, I'll crave the day when I shall ask the banns and when be married. But here she comes, and now, Petruchio, speak. Good morrow, Kate, for that's your name, I hear.
Well, you have heard, but something hard of hearing. They call me Katerina that do speak of me.
Oh, you lie in faith, for you are called plain Kate, and bonny Kate, and sometimes Kate the cursed, but Kate the prettiest Kate in Christendom, Kate of Kate Hall, my super dainty Kate, for dainties are all Kates, and therefore, Kate, take this of me, Kate of my consolation. Hearing thy mildness praised in every town, thy virtue spoke of, and thy beauty sounded, yet not so deeply as to thee belongs, myself am moved to woo thee for my wife.
Moved? In good time. Let him that moved you hither remove you hence. I knew you at the first. You were immovable.
Why, what's a movable?
A joined stool.
Thou hast hit it. Come, sit on me.
Well, asses are made to bear, and so are you.
Women are made to bear, and so are you.
No such jade as you, if me you mean.
Alas, good Kate, I will not burden thee, for knowing thee to be but young and light.
Too young or too light for such a swain as you to catch, and yet as heavy as my weight should be.
Should buzz. Come, come, you wasp, if faith, you are too angry.
If I be waspus, best beware my sting.
My remedy is then to pluck it out.
If the fool could find where it lies.
Who knows not where a wasp does wear his sting? In his tail.
In his tongue.
Whose tongue?
Yours, if you talk of tails, and so farewell.
What, with my tongue in your tail? Good Kate, I am a gentleman.
That I'll try.
I swear I'll cuff you if you strike again.
So may you lose your arms. If you strike me, you are no gentleman, and if no gentleman, why then no arms?
A herald, Kate. Oh, put me in thy books.
What is your crest? A coxcomb?
A combless cock. So Kate will be my hen.
No cock of mine. You crow too like a craven.
Nay, come, Kate, come. You must not look so sour.
It is my fashion when I see a crab.
Why, here's no crab, and therefore look not sour.
There is, there is.
Then show it me.
Had I a glass, I would.
What, you mean my face?
Well aimed of such a young one.
Now, by St. George, I am too young for you.
Yet you are withered.
'Tis with cares.
I care not.
Nay, hear you, Kate. In sooth, you scape not so.
I chafe you. If I tarry, let me go.
No, not a whit. I find you passing gentle. 'Twas told me you were rough and coy and sullen, and now I find report a very liar. For thou art pleasant, gamesome, passing courteous, but slow in speech, yet sweet as springtime flowers. Thou canst not frown, thou canst not look askance, nor bite the lip as angry wenches will. Nor hast thou pleasure to be cross in talk, but thou with mildness entertainst thy wooers, with gentle conference, soft and affable. Why does the world report that Kate doth limp? Oh, slanderous world! Kate, like the hazel twig, is straight and slender and as brown in hue as hazelnuts and sweeter than the kernels. Oh, let me see thee walk. Thou dost not halt.
Go, fool, in whom thou keepest command.
Did ever die and so become a grove as Kate, this chamber with her princely gate? Oh, be thou Dian, and let her be Kate, and then let Kate be chaste and Dian sportful.
Where did you study all this goodly speech?
It is extempore, from my mother wit.
A witty mother, witless else her son.
Am I not wise?
Yes, keep you warm.
Marry, so I mean, sweet Katharina, in thy bed. And therefore, setting all this chat aside, thus in plain terms, your father hath consented that you shall be my wife, your dowry agreed on, and will you nill you, I will marry you. Now, Kate, I am a husband for your turn, for by this light whereby I see thy beauty that doth make me like thee well, thou must be married to no man but me, for I am born to tame you, Kate. Here comes your father. Never make denial. I must and will have Katharina to my wife.
Now, Signor Petruchio, how speed you with my daughter?
How but well, sir, how but well. It were impossible I should speed amiss.
Why, how now, daughter Katharina, in your dumps?
Call you me daughter. Now I promise you, you shall have showed a tender fatherly regard to wish me wed to one half lunatic.
Father, 'tis thus. Yourself and all the world that talked of her have talked amiss of her. If she be cursed, it is for policy, for she's not froward, but modest as the dove. She is not hot, but temperate as the morn. And to conclude, we have agreed so well together that upon Sunday is the wedding day.
See thee hanged on Sunday first.
Hark, Petruchio, she says she'll see thee hanged first.
Is this your speeding? Nay, then, good night's our part.
Be patient, gentlemen. I choose her for myself. If she and I be pleased, what's that to you? 'Tis bargain twixt us twain, being alone, that she shall still be cursed in company. I tell you, 'tis incredible to believe how much she loves me. Oh, the kindest Kate. She hung about my neck, and kiss on kiss, she vied so fast, protesting oath on oath, that in a twink she won me to her love. Oh, you are novices. Give me thy hand, Kate. I will unto Venice to buy apparel against the wedding day. Provide the feast, father, and bid the guests. I will be sure my Katharina shall be fine.
I know not what to say, but give me your hands. God send you joy, Petruchio. 'Tis a match.
Amen, say
Amen, we will be witnesses.
Father and wife and gentlemen, adieu. I will to Venice. Sunday comes apace. We will have rings and things and fine array. And kiss me, Kate, we will be married a Sunday.
Was ever match clapped up so suddenly? But now, Baptista, to your younger daughter. Now is the day we long have looked for. I am your neighbor, and was suitor first.
And I am one that loves Bianca more than words can witness, or your thoughts can guess.
Youngling, thou canst not love so dear as I.
Graybeard, thy love doth freeze.
Oh, but thine doth fry. Skipper, stand back, 'tis age that nourisheth.
But youth in ladies' eyes that flourisheth.
Content you, gentlemen. I will compound this strife. 'Tis deeds must win the prize, and he of both that can assure my daughter greatest dower shall have my Bianca's love.
Fiddler, forbear. You grow too forward, sir. Have you so soon forgot the entertainment her sister Katharina welcomed you withal?
That wrangling pendant this is, the patroness of heavenly harmony. Then give me leave to have prerogative, and when in music we have spent an hour, your lecture shall have leisure for as much.
Preposterous ass, that never read so far to know the cause why music was ordained. Was it not to refresh the mind of man after his studies or his usual pain? Then give me leave to read philosophy, and while I pause, serve in your harmony.
Sirrah, I will not bear these braves you thine.
Why, gentlemen, you do me double wrong, to strive for that which resteth in my choice. I am no breaching scholar in the schools. I'll not be tied to hours, nor appointed times, but learn my lessons as I please myself. And to cut off all strife, here, sit we down. Take you your instrument and play you the whiles. His lecture will be done ere you have tuned.
You leave his lecture when I am in tune.
But that will be never. Tune your instrument.
Where left we last?
Oh, here, madam. Hic ibat simois. Hic es sigea tellus. Hic eterat priami regia celsa senis.
Construe them.
Hic ibat, as I told you before, simois, I am Lucentio. Hic est Lucentio of Pisa. Sigea tellus. Lies thus to get your love. Hic steterat, and that Lucentio that comes a-wooing, priami, is my man Tranio. Regia, bearing my port, celsa senis, that we might beguile the old pantaloon.
Madame, my instrument is in tune.
Let's hear.
Treble jars, stick in the hole, man. Tune again.
Oh, fine. Treble jars.
Tune again, man.
Now, let me see if I can construe it. Hic ibat simwa, I know you not. Hic est sigea tellus, I trust you not. Hic steterat priami, take heed, he hear us not. Regia, presume not. Celsa senis, despair not.
Madame, 'tis now in tune.
Oh, all but the bass.
The bass is right. 'Tis the bass, knave the jars. How fiery forward our pendant is. Now for my life the knave doth court my love. Pedescule, I'll watch you better yet.
In time, I may believe, yet I mistrust.
Oh, mistrust it not, for sure.
I must believe my master, else I promise you, I should be arguing still upon that doubt. But let it rest. Now, Licio, to you, good masters, take it not unkindly, pray, that I have been thus pleasant with you both.
You may go walk and give me leave a while. My lessons make no music in 3 parts.
Oh, are you so formal, sir? Well, I must wait and watch withal. But I be deceived, our fine musician groweth amorous.
Madame, before you touch the instrument, to learn the order of my fingering, I must begin with the rudiments of art. To teach the gamut in a briefer sort, most pleasant, pithy, and effectual, than hath been taught by any of my trade. And there it is in writing, fairly drawn.
Farewell, sweet masters both. I must be gone.
Faith, mistress, then I have no cause to stay.
But I have cause to pry into this pendant. Methinks he looks as though he were in love. Yet if thy thoughts, Bianca, be so humble, to cast thy wandering eyes on every stale, seize thee that list. If once I find thee ranging, Hortensio will be quite with thee by changing.
Signor Asensio, this is the appointed day that Caterina and Petruchio should be married, and yet we hear not of our son-in-law. What says Lucentio of this shame to us?
No shame but mine. I must forsooth be forced to give my hand, opposed against my heart, unto a mad-brained rudesby full of spleen, who wooed in haste and means to wed at leisure. I told you, he was a frantic fool, hiding his bitter jests and blunt behavior, and yet to be noted for a married man, he'll woo 1,000 point the day of marriage, make feasts, invite friends, and proclaim the banns, yet never means to wed where he hath wooed. Then must the world point at poor Caterina and say, lo, there is mad Petruchio's wife, it would please him, come and marry her.
Patience, good Caterina, and Baptista too. Upon my life, Petruchio means but well. Though he be blunt, I know him passing wise. Though he be merry, yet withal he's honest.
Would Caterina never have seen him though?
Go, girl, I cannot blame thee now to weep, for such an injury would vex a very saint, much more a shrew of thy impatient humor.
Masters, news, old news, and news such as you've never heard of.
Is it new and old too? How may that be?
Why, is it not news to hear of Petruchio's coming?
Is he come?
Oh, I know, sir.
What then?
He is coming.
When will he be here?
When he stands where I am and sees you there.
But say, what to thine old news?
Why, Petruchio is coming in a new hat and an old jerkin, a pair of old breeches, thrice turned, a pair of boots that have been candle cases, one buckled, another laced, an old rusty sword taken out of the town armory, his horse hipped with an old Morthy saddle, and stirrups of no kindred. Oh, troubled with the lampus, infected with the fashions, full of Wingdale spit, with spavins rayed with yellows, past cure of the fives, stock spoiled with the staggers, benured of the botts, swayed in the back, and shoulder shotten, one girth 6 times pierced, and a woman's crupper, which hath 2 letters for her name fairly set down in studs, and here and there pierced with pack thread.
Come, where be these gallants? Who's at home?
You are welcome, sir.
And yet I come not well.
And yet you halt not.
Not so well apparelled as I wish you were.
Were it better I should rush in thus. But where is Kate? Where is my lovely bride? How does my father? Gentles, methinks you frown. And wherefore gaze this goodly company as if they saw some wondrous monument, some comet or unusual prodigy?
Why, sir, you know this is your wedding day. First we were sad, fearing you would not come. Now sadder that you come so unprovided.
And tells us, what occasion of import hath sent you hither so unlike yourself?
Tedious it were to tell, and harsh to hear. Sufficeth, I am come to keep my word. But where is Kate? I stay too long from her. The morning wears, 'tis time we were at church.
See not your bride in these unreverent robes. Go to my chamber, put on clothes of mine.
Oh, not I, believe me. Thus I'll visit her.
But thus, I trust, you will not marry her.
Good sooth, even thus. Therefore hath done with the words. To me she's married, not unto my clothes. Could I repair what she will wear in me, as I can change these poor accoutrements? 'Twere well for Kate and better for myself. But what a fool I am to chat with you, when I should bid good morrow to my bride and seal the title with a lovely kiss.
He hath some meaning in his mad attire. We will persuade him, be it possible, to put on better ere he go to church.
I'll after him, and see the event of this.
Were it not that my fellow schoolmaster doth watch Bianca's steps so narrowly, 'twere good, methinks, to steal our marriage, which once performed, let all the world say no, I'll keep mine own despite of all the world.
That by degrees we mean to look into, and watch our advantage in this business. We'll overreach the grey-beard Gremio, the narrow prying father Minola, the quaint musician amorous Licio, all for my master's sake, Lucentio. Signor Gremio, came you from the church?
Oh, as willingly as e'er I came from school.
And is the bride and bridegroom coming home?
Oh, well, a bridegroom, say you? 'Tis a groom indeed, a grumbling groom, and that the girl shall find.
Curster than she? Why, 'tis impossible.
Why, he's a devil, a very fiend.
Why, she's a devil, the devil's dam.
Tut, she's a lamb, a dove, a fool to him. I'll tell you, Sir Lucentio, and when the priest should ask if Katharina should be his wife, "I by God's wounds," quoth he, and swore so loud that all amazed the priest, he let fall the book, and as he stooped again to take it up, the mad-brained bridegroom took him such a cuff that he fell down the priest and book and priest.
What said the wench when he rose again?
He trembled and shook, for why he stamped and swore as if the vicar meant to cozen him, but after many ceremonies done, he calls for wine. "A health," quoth he, as if he had been abroad carousing to his mates after a storm. They quaffed off the muscadel and threw the sops all in the sexton's face. This done, he took the bride about the neck and kissed her lips with such a clamorous smack that at the parting all the whole church did echo. And I, seeing this, came thence for very shame. And after me, I know the rout is coming. Such a mad marriage never was before.
Gentlemen and friends, I thank you for your pains. I know you think to dine with me today and have prepared great store of wedding cheer. But so it is, my haste doth call me hence, and therefore here I mean to take my leave.
Is it possible you will away tonight?
I must away today before night come. Make it no wonder, if you knew my business, you would entreat me rather go than stay. And honest company, I thank you all that have beheld me give away myself to this most patient, sweet, and virtuous wife. Dine with my father, drink a health to me, for I must hence, and farewell to you all.
Let us entreat you stay till after dinner.
Oh, it may not be.
Well, let me entreat you.
It cannot be.
Let me entreat you.
I am content.
Are you content to stay?
I am content you shall entreat me stay, but yet not stay. Entreat me how you can.
Now, if you love me, stay.
Grumio, my horse.
Aye, sir, they be ready. The oaks have eaten the horses.
Nay, then do what thou canst. I will not go today, nor no tomorrow, not till I please myself. The door is open, sir. There lies your way. You may be jogging while your boots are green. For me, I'll not be gone till I please myself.
Oh, Kate, content thee, prithee, be not angry.
I will be angry. What hast thou to do? Father, be quiet. He shall stay my leisure.
Oh, aye, marry, sir. Now it begins to work.
Gentlemen, forward to the bridal dinner. I see a woman may be made a fool if she had not a spirit to resist.
They shall go forward, Kate, at thy command. Obey the bride, you that attend on her. Be mad and merry, or go hang yourselves. But for my bonny Kate, she must with me. Nay, look not big, nor stamp, nor stare, nor fret. I will be master of what is mine own. She is my goods, my chattels, she is my house, my household stuff, my field, my barn, my horse, my ox, my ass, my anything. And here she stands. Touch her, whoever dare. Grumio, draw forth thy weapon. We are beset with thieves. Rescue thy mistress if thou be a man. Fear not, sweet wench, they shall not touch thee, Kate. I'll buckler thee against 1,000,000.
Fie, fie on all tired jades, on all mad masters and all foul ways. Was ever man so beaten? Or was ever man so rayed? Was ever man so weary? I am sent before to make a fire, and they are coming after to warm them.
Where is the foolish knave I sent before?
Here, sir, as foolish as I was before.
You peasant swain, you horse on malt horse drudge, did I not bid thee meet me in the park and bring along these rascal knaves with thee?
Nathaniel's coat, sir, was not fully made, and Gabriel's pumps were all unpinked at the heel, and there was no link of color to Peter's hat. And Walter's dagger was not come from sheathing. There were none fine but Adam, Ralph, and Gregory. The rest were ragged, old, and beggarly. Yes, as they are, here are they come to meet you.
Go, rascals, go and fetch my supper in. Where is the life that late I led? Where are those? Sit down, Kate, and welcome. Why, when I say? Nay, good, sweet Kate, be merry. Off with my boots, you rogues, you villains. It was the friar of orders gray as he forth walked on his way. Out, you rogue, you pluck my foot awry. Take that and mend the plucking off the other. Be merry, Kate. Some water here, what ho? Where's my spaniel Troilus? Sirrah, get you hence. Bid my cousin Ferdinand come hither. Oh, Kate, Kate that you must kiss and be acquainted with. Where are my slippers? Shall I have some water? Come, Kate, and wash and welcome heartily. Come, Kate, sit down. I know you have a stomach. Will you give thanks, sweet Kate, or else shall I? What's this, mutton? 'Tis burnt, and so is all the meat. What dogs are these? Where is the rascal cook? How durst you villains bring it from the dresser and serve it thus to me that love it not? There, take it to you, trenchers, cups, and all, you heedless joltheads and unmannered slaves. What, do you grumble? I'll be with you straight.
I pray you, husband, be not so disquiet. The meat was well, if you were so contented.
I tell thee, Kate, 'twas burnt and dried away, and I expressly am forbid to touch it, for it engenders choler, planteth anger, and better that both of us did fast, since ourselves are choleric, then feed it with such over-roasted flesh. Be patient. Tomorrow it shall be mended, and for this night we'll fast for company. Come, I will bring thee to thy bridal chamber.
In her chamber, he is making a sermon of continency to her, and rails and swears and rants that she, poor soul, knows not which way to stand, to look, to speak, and sits as one new risen from the dream. Away, away, for he is coming.
Thus have I politically begun my reign, and 'tis my hope to end successfully. My falcon now is sharp and passing empty. Until she stoop, she must not be full gorged. She ate no meat today, nor none shall eat. Last night she slept not, nor tonight she shall not. As with the meat, some undeserved fault I'll find about the making of the bed. And here I'll fling the pillow, there the bolster, this way the coverlet, another way the sheets. Aye, and amid this hurly, I intend that all is done in reverent care of her. And in conclusion, she shall watch all night, and if she chance to nod, I'll rail and brawl, and with the clamor keep her still awake. This is the way to kill a wife with kindness. And thus I'll curb her mad and headstrong humor. He that knows better how to tame a shrew, now let him speak, 'tis charity to show.
Is it possible, friend Licio, that Mistress Bianca doth fancy any other but Lucentio? I tell you, sir, she bears me fair in hand.
Sir, to satisfy you in what I have said, stand by and mark the manner of his teaching.
Now, mistress, profit you in what you read.
But, master, read you. First resolve me that.
Oh, I read that I profess the art of love.
And may you prove, sir, master of your art.
Well, you, sweet dear, prove mistress of my heart.
Oh, despiteful love! Unconstant womankind! I tell thee, Licio, this is wonderful.
Mistake no more. I am not Licio, nor musician, as I seem to be. Know, sir, that I am called Hortensio.
Signor Hortensio, I have often heard of your entire affection to Bianca. And since mine eyes are witness of her lightness, I will with you, if you be so contented, forswear Bianca and her love forever.
See how they kiss in court. Signor Lucentio, here is my hand, and here I firmly vow never to woo her no more.
And here I take the unfeigned oath, never to marry with her, though she would entreat.
For me, that I may surely keep mine oath, I will marry a wealthy widow, ere 3 days pass, which hath as long loved me as I have loved this proud, disdainful haggard, and so I take my leave, in resolution as I swore before.
Mistress Bianca, nay, I obtain you napping, gentle love, and have forsworn you with Hortensio.
Why? Oh, Tranio, you jest, but have you both forsworn me?
Mistress, we have.
Ah, then we are rid of Licio.
In faith, they'll have a lusty widow now, that shall be wooed and wedded in a day.
Oh, God give him joy!
No, no, forsooth, I dare not for my life.
The more my wrong, the more his spite appears. What, did he marry me to famish me? I prithee go, and get me some repast. I care not what, so be it wholesome food.
What say you to a fat tripe, finely broiled?
Oh, I like it well. Could Grumio fetch it me?
I cannot tell. I fear 'tis choleric. What say you to a piece of beef and mustard?
A dish that I do love to feed upon.
Aye, but the mustard is too hot a little.
Then the beef, and let the mustard rest.
Nay, then, I will not. You shall have the mustard, or else you get no beef from Grumio.
Then both, or one, or anything thou will.
Why then, the mustard without the beef?
No, get thee gone, thou false deluding slave, that feedest me with the very name of meat. Sour on thee, and all the pack of thee, that triumph thus upon my misery. Go, get thee gone, I say.
How fares my Kate? What, sweeting all a mort? Pluck up thy spirits, look cheerfully upon me. Here, love, thou seest how diligent I am to dress thy meat myself and bring it thee. I am sure, sweet Kate, this kindness merits thank. What, not a word? Nay, then thou lovest not. Here, take away this dish. And now, my honey love, will we return unto thy father's house and revel it as bravely as the best, with silken coats and caps and golden rings, with ruffs and cuffs and farthingales and things. The tailor stays thy leisure to deck thy body with his ruffling treasure. Come, tailor, let us see these ornaments. Lay forth the gown. Oh, mercy God! What masking stuff is here? What's this, a sleeve? 'Tis like a demi-cannon. What, up and down, carved like an apple tart? Why, what in devil's name, tailor, call'st thou this?
You bid me make it orderly and well, according to the fashion of the time.
Marry, and did, but if you be remembered, I did not bid you mar it to the time. I'll none of it, hence, make your best of it.
I never saw a better fashioned gown, more quaint, more pleasing, nor more commendable. Belike you mean to make a puppet of me.
Why, true, he means to make a puppet of thee.
She says your worship means to make a puppet of her.
Oh, monstrous arrogance! Thou liest, thou thread, thou thimble, away thou rag, thou quantity, thou remnant. I tell thee, that thou hast marred her gown.
Your worship is deceived. The gown is made just as my master had direction. Grumio gave order how it should be made.
I gave him no order. I gave him the stuff.
But how did you desire it should be made?
Marry, sir, with needle and thread.
But did you not request to have it cut?
I bid thy master cut out the gown, but I did not bid him cut it to pieces, ergo thou liest.
Why, here is the note of the fashion to testify.
Read it.
The note lies in its throat, if he say I said so.
Imprimis, a loose-bodied gown.
Master, if ever I said a loose body gown, sew me in the skirts of it, I said a gown.
Proceed.
With a small compassed cape.
I confess the cape.
With a trunk sleeve.
I confess 2 sleeves.
The sleeves curiously cut.
Aye, there's the villainy.
Oh, error in the bill, error in the bill. I commanded the sleeves should be cut out and sewed up again, and that I'll prove upon thee, though thy little finger be on't in a thimble.
This is true that I say.
Oh, I am for thee straight. Take thou the bill, give me thy meteor, and spare not me.
Well, come, my Kate, we will unto your fathers. Go, call my men and bring our horses. Let's see, I think 'tis now some 7 o'clock, and well, we may come there by dinner time.
I dare assure you, sir, 'tis almost 2, and 'twill be supper time ere you come there.
It shall be 7 ere I go to horse. Look, what I speak or do or think to do, you are still crossing it. Sirs, let it alone. I will not go today, and ere I do, it shall be what o'clock I say it is. Good Lord, how bright and goodly shines the moon.
The moon? The sun. It is not moonlight now.
I say it is the moon that shines so bright.
I know, it is the sun that shines so bright.
Now, by my mother's son, and that's myself, it shall be moon or star or what I list, or ere I journey to your father's house. Go on, fetch our horses back again. Evermore crossed and crossed, nothing but crossed.
Say as he says, or we shall never go.
Forward, I pray, since we have come so far, and be it moon or sun or what you please, and if you please to call it a rush candle henceforth, I vow it shall be so for me.
I say it is the moon.
I know it is the moon.
Nay, then you lie. It is the blessed sun.
Then God be blessed, it is the blessed sun. But sun it is not when you say it is not. And the moon changes, even as your mind. But you will have it named even that it is, and so it shall be for Katerina.
Oh, well, forward, forward. Thus the bull should run, and not unluckily against the bias.
At last, though long our jarring notes agree, in time it is when raging war is done to smile at scapes and perils overblown. My fair Bianca, bid my father welcome, while I with self-same kindness welcome thine. Brother Petruchio, sister Caterina, and thou, Hortensio, with thy loving widow, feast with the best, and welcome to my house. My banquet is to close our stomachs up after our good and great cheer. Pray you sit down, for now we sit to chat as well as eat.
Nothing but sit and eat and eat.
Padua affords this kindness, son Petruchio.
Padua affords nothing but what is kind.
For both our sakes, I would that word were true.
Now, for my life, Hortensio fears his widow.
Then never trust me if I be afeard.
You are very sensible, and yet you miss my sense. I mean, Hortensio is afeard of you.
He that is giddy thinks the world turns round.
He that is giddy thinks the world turns round. I pray you, tell me what you meant by that.
Your husband, being troubled with a shrew, measures my husband's sorrow with his woe. And now you know my meaning.
A very mean meaning.
Right, I mean you.
And I am mean indeed, respecting you.
To her, Kate.
And now in good sadness, son Petruchio, I think thou hast the veriest shrew of all.
Well, I say no. And therefore, for assurance, let's each one send unto his wife. And he whose wife is most obedient to come at first, when he doth send for her, shall win the wager which we will propose.
Intent. What is the wager?
20 crowns.
20 crowns? I'll venture so much of my hawk or hound, but 20 times so much upon my wife.
100 then.
Content.
A match 'tis done.
Who shall begin?
That will I. Go, bid your mistress come to me.
Son, I'll be your half. Bianca comes.
Oh, I'll have no halves. I'll bear it all myself. How now, and what news?
Sir, your mistress sends you word that she is busy and she cannot come.
How? She is busy and she cannot come? Is that an answer?
Aye, and a kind one too. Pray God, sir, your wife send you not a worse.
I hope better.
Sir Agrumio, go and entreat my wife to come to me forthwith.
Oh, entreat her. Nay, then she must needs come.
I'm afraid, sir, do what you can, yours will not be entreated. Now, where's my wife?
She says you have some godly jest in hand. She will not come. She bids you come to her.
Worse and worse, she will not come? Oh, vile, intolerable, not to be endured. Sir Agrumio, go to your mistress, say I command her to come to me.
I know her answer.
What?
She will not.
The fouler fortune mine, and there it end.
Now by my holy dame, here comes Caterina.
What is your will, sir, that you send for me?
Where is your sister and Hortensio's wife?
They sit conferring by the parlor fire.
Go fetch them hither. If they deny to come, swinge me them soundly forth unto their husband. Away, I say, and bring them hither straight.
Now here is a wonder, if you talk of a wonder.
And so it is. I wonder what it bodes.
Merry peace it bodes, and love, and quiet life.
Now fair befall thee, good Petruchio, the wager thou hast won.
Nay, I will win my wager better yet, and show more sign of her obedience. See where she comes and brings your froward wives as prisoners to her womanly persuasion. Caterina, that cap of yours becomes you not. Off with that bauble, throw it underfoot.
Lord, let me never have a cause to sigh till I be brought to such a silly pass.
Aye, what a foolish duty call you this?
I would your duty were as foolish too. The wisdom of your duty, fair Bianca, hath cost me 100 crowns since supper time.
The more fool you for laying on my duty.
Katharina, I charge thee, tell these headstrong women what duty they do owe their lords and husbands.
Come, you mock. There'll be no telling.
Come on, I say, and first begin with her.
Fie, unknit that threatening, unkind brow, and dart not scornful glances from those eyes. To wound thy lord, thy king, thy governor, it blots thy beauty. A woman moved is like a fountain troubled, muddy, ill-seeming, thick, bereft of beauty. And while it is so, none so dry or thirsty will deign to sip or touch one drop of it. Thy husband is thy lord, thy life, thy keeper, thy head, thy sovereign, one that cares for thee. And for thy maintenance commits his body to painful labor, both by sea and land, whilst thou liest warm at home, secure and safe, and craves no other tribute at thy hands but love, fair looks, and true obedience. Too little payment for so great a debt. I am ashamed that women are so simple. To offer war where they should kneel for peace, or seek for rule, supremacy, and sway when they are bound to serve, love, and obey. Come, you froward and unable worms, my mind hath been as big as one of yours. My heart is great, my reason haply more, to bandy word for word and frown for frown. But now I see our lances are but straws. Our strengths as weak, our weakness past compare, that seeming to be most which we indeed least are. Then veil your stomachs, for it is no boot, and place your hands below your husband's foot, in token of which duty, if he please, my hand is ready, may it do him ease.
Why, there's a wench. Come on and kiss me, Kate. Come, Kate, we'll to bed. We three are married, but you two are sped. 'Twas I won the wager, though you hit the white. And being a winner, God give you good night.